Morning, everybody. I hope you all had a nice weekend. Another weekend practicing social distancing. So if you didn't read my announcement yesterday, I've mostly been impressed with all of your discussion forum posts. And so it's clear to me that most of you are doing the readings and you're taking the time to respond to your peers. This is the sort of dialogue I would want to have in class. So this has been a great alternative to that. And so your test, your third test, your final test for the course, it will be next Monday. It's coming up. So it's next Monday. It's going to be 30 multiple choice questions. You'll have 80 minutes to take the exam, and it's on Canvas. So I don't believe you have to log in at a particular time. It'll be open from midnight, 12 a.m. Next Monday to 11:59 next Monday. And so you have 80 minutes all day to take that. Invariably, I'm not really a fan of open book exams, but since we're doing virtual learning, it's virtually, see the pun I did there. It's virtually an open exam, and so so you'll have your resources, your articles, your notes, your PowerPoints to help you during the exam. It's 30 multiple choice questions, and so that'll be next Monday. So. That doesn't mean to lower the quality of your posts this week. Keep it up, keep it going. So this week we're going over the Judiciary. And then that's virtually it for material for the class. So just to sort of timeline the rest of the semester. I'm going to upload the Judiciary lecture today. You'll have your initial post due Wednesday. Then you'll have your peer responses due Saturday, and then Monday will be your third exam. Right? Monday will be your third exam. Wednesday, the following Wednesday, April 29th, I'm not planning anything for that day because a lot of you have not submitted those response papers yet. So I will give you that Wednesday to submit your response papers. So that's April 29th. So that's what this week and next week look like. Again, that's also in the announcement weekly rhythm for the rest of the semester. So please look at that. Please read the announcements. Okay. So great job, looking good. I believe I've gotten back to you on your first drafts for your literature review. Most of you have the right idea, right? A few of you, I would say 2 or 3 of you are done already. Just need to edit a little bit, alter a few things, but virtually you're done. Most of you are in the right direction. You just need to put some time into it and get that writing going. Some of you are just a bit confused on what I'm looking for, and that's a bit concerning because we explained it a few times in class. The rubric is on Canvas. And it's just concerning to me that you're turning in something that is just not what I'm looking for, and you haven't. Clearly, you were confused on what the assignment was, and you didn't ask me for any clarification. That's the only concerning thing. And it's April 20th. This assignment is due May 14th, so you have about 3 weeks to turn this in. This should be an all-semester project, so that is clear. Some of you took the time to do that. Some of you, for whatever reason, you may have had things and issues come up. That's okay. But let's just make that determination going forward. If you're confused on an assignment, ask me or your SI leader, right? Mark or Savannah, right? And just make that determination. Just don't turn in assignments on things that you think are what I'm looking for, right? sometimes I'll open it, I go, I don't even know what this is for, right? So the literature review is, you chose topics in February, we went to the library and had the research orientation with the librarian. You're looking for 5 peer-reviewed articles. Not Washington Post, not New York Times, not something off of Google, but Chaffey and other schools pay millions of dollars a year with your tuition money to have access to these research databases, so you can have access to articles that political scientists and other scholars spend years of their lives trying to write, right? Because they're scholars on this particular issue, right? And so your job, right, as a political science student, is to pick a topic, which most of you should have done by now, right? Do some research on those databases, find 5, at least, you could do more, but I'm looking for you to find 5 scholars, master their arguments, be able to synthesize their arguments into a few pages, right? I'm asking for 4 to 5 pages, and for you to be able to become the master of this particular topic with a few scholars, 5 scholars, right? So be able to cite the arguments that they're making and create a narrative on what the research on this particular issue has looked like over the past 5-10 years or so, right? Some of you may be citing Washington Post, New York Times. This is just stuff you're Googling. That's not what belongs in this paper, right? And so I would suggest you look at, I have a page on Canvas on what peer-reviewed scholarly articles are, right? Use the databases at Chaffey, right? Email your SI leader or myself if you have any questions. Please don't just use sources that you're not sure of and think, oh, this should be fine, right? It won't be okay. It will not count as a source, and the writing you produce from that source will be, I won't look at it because it's not scholarly, it's not peer-reviewed, right? So please keep that in mind, okay? So again, this problem does not apply to most of you. It probably applies to some of you, 5 of you at most. Keep that in mind, right? Office hours. No one came to my office hours from either class section on Thursday. And so my camera was just on. I'm home. I could just watch TV. If I heard someone's voice come up, I could come over. I didn't hear anybody. No one came. So to me, that's indicative of you couldn't make it or no one has any questions, right? And so I have office hours this week. Please come if you have any questions, or if you just want to hang out virtually. Okay, so that's announcements for the class. Current events, I can only really think of 2 main current events. First of which, there are these protests around the country now on the stay-at-home orders, which I find outrageous, right? If you're gonna ask me for my personal opinion, I think it's ridiculous. These people are literally putting their lives and other people's lives at risk by having these protests. It's to me outrageous, right? And it's really indicative to me that there's this war against science. There's this war against truth and fact. And these people are saying, oh, on the news this morning, it was like, if you want communism, go back to China. We're the land of the free. And, I guarantee these people have not read the Constitution. They don't know what the hell they're talking about, right? And by ignoring these stay-at-home orders, you are not only putting yourself at risk, right? Remember when some of you would be talking in class and, I do my awkward thing where I just stop talking and make you feel a little embarrassed, a little awkward to get you to shut up, basically, right? It's the same thing. If you're talking, okay, you're disturbing your own learning experience. If your action has a direct impact only on yourself, that's fine, right? But the fact that if your actions have direct consequences on other people, and so by you ignoring social distancing and stay-at-home orders, you're not only impacting yourself, but you're impacting others around you. That's dangerous. That's that's the fine line. If you want to hurt yourself, that's okay. But if you're going to hurt others, it's not okay. And so it's outrageous. You know, I wonder if any of you are having this conversation at your family dinner table or whatever. I'd be interested. And yeah, so those are happening. And the second one is Joe Biden. Joe Biden, sorry for any Bernie bros in the room, because I know there were a few of you. Joe Biden is the presumptive Democratic nominee, and now the next stage is really picking a vice presidential pick. And people are saying, due to his age, it might very well be possible that the VP becomes the next president of the United States. And that's why it's particularly important for Democratic voters in the room for you to pay attention to who Mr. Biden picks. It's more important for Bernie bros, right? Then you might be on the fence. Oh, do I want to support Mr. Biden, or do I want to write in Bernie's name? It's important for you to look at who he picks for VP, because that might win you over. Right? And it's important for the Democratic Party to be united in this time. If you're a Republican, you're chilling. You're just staying put. You're probably enjoying the Democratic Party right now, seeing what they're doing and who they're going to pick. But it's going to be an interesting election in November, depending on how long this thing lasts, this pandemic. So, okay. That's all I have to say. Again, I'm really happy with the progress you guys have been making in terms of transitioning from in-person learning to virtual learning. You've done a great job. Most of you have done a great job on the literature review drafts, the response papers. The few of you that have submitted those are due the end of the month. I forgot the exact date. In the next week or so, turn those in. The discussion forums are looking great. Your test next Monday is going to be multiple choice. You have 80 minutes to do 30 questions, multiple choice. And so things are looking like we're going to have a great end of the semester. So I'm really proud of you guys. Hang in there. Continue practicing social distancing, and I will see you soon.